Hello and welcome to the Just for Gamers video game podcast. Episode 199, 100% fail rate. In this week's episode, fuck you EA.
Go Belgium!
JfG Ash plays that game Alex loves.
It's fucking brilliant.
JfG Alex has a twist on the shit sandwich.
It goes shit bread shit, mate.
There's a foreign fuckwit corner. And finally, people love free stuff.
You toe rags. Hello and welcome to the JfG podcast. This is episode 199. My name is Alex and I'm joined as ever by my very good friend Ash. Hey buddy, how you doing there?
Hey buddy, as always, feeling good on a Wednesday. Yeah. Sparkling thoughts give me the hope to go on. Episode 199. Holy fuck. Nearly the 200.
It's almost the 200th episode,
It's
buddy,
almost the
and
200th episode.
Did you expect that when we started?
No. I mean, you mocked me for putting that extra zero in front of episode 001. You're like, why have you done that? This is why.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, to be fair, I am safe for at least another 800 before that was wrong. But no, to be honest, you've been vindicated by us getting to 100 at all.
Yeah.
So
we're still there, though. We're still there. We're in the hundreds, and we will be for the next... How many more years? So it's been like, what, 5 years to get to 200? So yeah, another 20 years, mate, and then we'll hit...
In 20 years?
In 20 years.
Episode 1000. Yeah. And that's provided we don't miss any weeks.
We won't. You know we won't.
We won't.
Why would we? What else are we going to do on a Wednesday?
Yeah. We'll go from being one of the least listened to podcasts on the internet to presumably in 20 years' time, the only podcast on the internet. As everyone else has inevitably moved on to new technologies.
No, not us, buddy. We'll stay with the times. No. The times of...
Fucking these times.
2019.
As opposed to current times. Yeah, I like that.
There you go. I mean, that's future thinking from us. Let's talk about what has happened in the past this week.
In the recent past. AKA since last week. What have you been up to, buddy?
Been to Manchester again.
Somebody has to, didn't they?
I love it there now. I mean, it's full of great people.
Yep.
Maybe. Who knows? I don't.
Sure.
I didn't really meet anyone there. Went for a lunch with work. One of those incredibly pointless things where it's like we got put in for an award a while ago and didn't win it, obviously. So it's like, thanks for taking part. Your work is valid. And yeah.
Everyone's winners these days.
Yeah, you get a medal for participating. I was like, whatever.
It's Children's Sports Day. Wait for the first child to get to the line, then stop them there until everyone's caught up, and then we can all cross that line together, buddy.
That sounds nice.
So
yeah,
okay.
Got some free champagne and
lovely.
Some tasty food, and then went to the pub for like 2.5 hours afterwards because I was like, well, I've got 2.5 hours to kill until my train goes back. Let's go to the pub.
Sounds like a hard day's work, buddy.
Yeah, had a few pints of old Timothy Taylor Landlord. I'm a fan, if you didn't know.
Nice.
It was tasty, yeah. One of the guys we were with had a camera card, camera is like the beer society or whatever. Got 20p off a pint. I was like, fuck me, I need one of these.
You gotta love beer loyalty schemes, buddy. I've still got the loyalty card in several of the pubs in Tunbridge Wells. You get it's a stamp card. You get 9 stamps. You get a free pint of anything you want, including the 7.4% Seasider pint, which is £8. You can have that for free as
Might as well-
your
I
free
mean,
drink.
If you're thinking about it, that just makes sense, really.
That just-
Financial-wise, you're gaining money, if anything.
It's shrewd. It's just shrewd.
Yeah.
Drink more. That's the motto. I do like a bit of landlord, buddy. That's a good shout.
This is a tasty beer. Other things I did, I stood in the fucking cold for an hour on Sunday while my son played football.
Nice.
It was fucking cold. It was the wrong day to forget your hat when you have no hair.
I like how you, rather than putting in the notes that you went to your son's football game, you literally wrote that what in the things that I did stood in the fucking cold. I like that. That's good stuff.
That was the main point. I didn't care about the football game.
That was the gist of it. Yeah.
It
Other
was
things were happening around you, but mainly you were just fucking freezing.
cold. Yeah, it was cold. For fuck's sake. I mean,
Gibbons.
what the fuck? And finally, buddy, obviously not a lot this week, I won the game of buying games, but technically getting the game as a freebie with my graphics card. I've installed Resident Evil 2. It's there. I don't know if I'm going to play it or not.
I was going to say,
Because I'm a bit
you're
of
not really known for your horror
bitch.
games.
No, I don't like being scared. But I feel like this is the one to give a go because of all the ratings it's getting. It's crazy. Like,
People like it.
big numbers. I mean, but why do people like it? That's the question I ask.
Because it's a competent video game with a nice sprinkling of nostalgia, is what I assume, as
Right.
someone who hasn't played it.
So I haven't got that nostalgia because Resident Evil is ball bags.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see what I think about this when I play it at some point, if I can, get the nerve to, or, put on my big boy pants and be like, I'm doing it.
I just, from the very first time I played the original Resident Evil demo on a PS1, to getting Resi 2 on the PC, Code Veronica on the Dreamcast, demo.
Yeah.
And my first and last thought about it was, why does it control like this? This is a bad game.
Awful.
And I'm sure there's something more to it because, it's widely regarded as one of the best series, certainly the early ones at least.
Yeah.
But I never got it. It's why is it control so bad? Why is the voice acting utterly fucking atrocious?
Yeah.
Where's I didn't get the appeal. But
I mean, I'm with you there, buddy.
Yeah.
That's why I never played them in the first place. I mean, from hearing various things about this game, there is a pussy mode where it has aim assist and everything on and regen health, and I feel like that mode's for me.
yeah, why not?
I know. I'll admit it.
Don't fucking care. Just do it.
Exactly. I just want to experience what the game is and see if I can get anything out of it. Apparently it's meant to be pretty decent, so I will do that hopefully this week if I get time. But I'm going to be playing the Anthem demo, I think, when that hits. When's that? Tomorrow or over the weekend? Anyway, I'm going to be playing that over the weekend. I'm going to be doing a bit of streaming of that, I think, on Saturday night, hopefully, if my internet allows it. But we'll see.
Nice.
Gibbons,
That'd be good,
buddy. Yeah. Obviously, we're streaming this live right now. You can watch us on the various places on the internet where there's video content.
Yeah, you can find out all about our stuff and bits and bobs and things and happenings and goings on at www.thejfgpodcast.co.uk. But yeah, we're on twitch.tv, we're on the YouTube, and mixer.com, of course, buddy, beam.fucking.pro. Hanging around on there as
Still
well.
there. I had an email today actually about our domain name. It expires in 5 days. I'm like, probably should renew that.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe.
That's okay.
I need to look at hosting as well, pretty soonish, to see what we're going to do, if we just stick with who we are, or if I try and look for some sort of sneaky deal again.
Yeah, we just have to look and see if it's
bullbaggery.
actually worth all the effort of changing or not
exactly.
for the price.
But that's
yeah.
this is just a conversation between me and you. We could have had this not during the podcast, but
I mean, we're no longer even really doing a podcast at this point.
We're just chatting.
We're just
about
having
shit.
a chat.
Yeah. So I mean, whilst we're chatting, what you been up to this week, mate?
No, well, fucking hello. I've been having the dinneriest of times, buddy, as I've had many dinners.
He's had
lots of
at least one a day. I should hope.
Yeah, a lot of them not noteworthy, similar to what other people do, aka having dinner. But no, at the weekend, I got out and about and had the dinneriest of dinners at St John's Yard. Prestigious burger joint. Fucking beautiful thing. Really enjoyed that. It was tasty, tasty treats. And then on Sunday, I had a roast at the Guinea, buddy. One of the best pubs in the Toon.
Guinea.
Fucking, you gotta love the Guinea. So yeah, that's mainly what I've been doing. Is just had a big old sort of boozy weekend, really. That sort of thing.
I mean, that's the best kind of weekend, if you ask me.
Affirmatory. Put up a load of pictures at the weekend with those command strip thingies. So that's good. They're like
a command. What is that?
They're like sticky things,
okay,
and Velcro things.
Sticky Velcro things. I like it.
Sticky on one side, Velcro on the other, and you can put up pictures with them. You get 8 sticky Velcro things, and you stick 4 of them on the back of a picture, and then you get 4 more of those, and you stick them on the Velcro side.
Okay, yeah.
And then you pull the sticky bit off the back of the Velcro one you've just put on.
Right.
And then you just pummel that into the fucking wall, buddy. And
just pop it in there.
And you've put a picture up.
Nice.
And the stickiness on the wall holds firm. So you can actually take the picture off the wall using the Velcro.
Nice. Yeah.
And the theory is, if you do that, you can then pull on the bottom of the strips and they'll come off the wall without taking all the paint and shit off. So yeah, if you're renting, you haven't got to put nails in the wall, you can still put shit up, and then you leave the wall unscathed at the end.
Fucking home improvement tips here.
It's marvellous technology, buddy. On 2 separate occasions where I've had reason to remove the strips from the wall, I've not just taken paint off the wall, but also a sizable portion of plaster.
That will happen.
So I'm not convinced about how great they actually are.
Right.
In that the only times I've actually come to call on their actual purpose, they've let me down in just indescribable fashion.
Is that 100% failure rate? Is that?
That is 100% fail rate up until now.
Nice.
But, we're not putting nails in the walls, so
there you go.
Fucking they are, landlord. Yeah. I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah. So, yeah, a bit of that. And then I went to the pub on my own on Monday because the missus is away on business.
Yeah.
And friend of the podcast, Paul, my normal drinking companion, has been laid up with a shitty, horrible, bad back. So, I've been flying solo, which I must warn you is never a good look.
It's not.
Going out, going out and drinking on your own is... Because what happens then is you're that guy.
You're that guy. I mean, I've been.
You're that guy. You know when you go to the pub.
Hey,
there's that guy.
Yeah.
He's drinking. He's looking a bit pissed up, and you're like, "Where's his mates?" No, he hasn't fucking got any. He's on his own, and that's who you are. If you go on your own.
I've been there. I've been that guy. I understand.
Yeah. I like to think that there's a little part of that guy in all of us, buddy.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Yeah, that's my week. Very excited to get to the weekend for game night shenanigans, and also off to see Sleeper at the weekend, buddy, at the Forum. That's going to be fun. But obviously that's something for next time when you ask me what I've been doing, and it will have been that.
I'm looking forward to you answering the question what you were doing last week.
Yeah, I have other questions as well. Firstly, have you had any snow?
We have no snow. We've had no snow. I struggled there.
You were right.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Baffling. The question of snow, I didn't know it was coming. Oh, you've had some snow?
We've had a little snow, yeah. It was, I was out there this morning spraying the car with that magic de-icer spray stuff.
The anti-snow, yeah.
Yeah, skidded up the road. Beautiful. I suppose my next question, buddy, what exactly are you drinking? As I look over to the other laptop that I've got set up to watch Liverpool-Leicester to find that it's paused with with referee Martin Atkinson just doing this.
I like it.
He's got a big grin on his face. He's holding one hand just up in the air.
What, like 30, 35 degree angle, I'd say?
Yeah, 2 o'clock. We'll say 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
He's just holding it like that. I don't know what he's doing.
Stretching.
Maybe he's having a stretch. What are you drinking, buddy?
I'm on the Coors Light this week, buddy.
Nice choice. Nice choice, buddy.
Like, went to Tesco's and there's like a pizza meal deal. Like, a big fuck of pizza and like a garlic bread and garlic dough balls and like 4 Coors for like 10 quid. I was like, I'll do that just for the pizza and beer. I mean,
sounds good.
There was too much garlic bread and balls in that meal deal. It was pointless. Absolutely retarded. They should rethink the amount of dough in that meal deal and put something else in there. Anyway, yeah, Coors Light, buddy. What are you drinking?
I am on the G&T this evening, buddy. I've
Pints?
got the Bombay Sapphire out. Oh, yeah, no, pint with a straw. The connoisseur's choice, if you will.
We know how to do this.
I don't have any ice, and obviously I'm using like an ale jug here, which isn't conducive to your straw staying in your drink.
No,
I will say that
not.
the buoyancy of G&T it wreaks havoc with this purple straw I've got here, so I'm kind of having to hold it for the most part. But
just keep it in your mouth, mate. Just put it in your mouth.
just keep it. Just do hold the rest of the podcast like that.
Yeah, please. That'd be much better. Yeah. Cool. Well, that was a load of fuckery.
Enough of my terrible problems, buddy. I suppose seeing as this is a video games show and the topic for this week's show is video games, we should probably go and talk about what we've been playing. So I'm having a little look at your section here, buddy, and I'm rather excited to see what you've been playing. Do you want to have a little talk about that?
I guess, I mean, we pretty much know all about this game over the past couple of weeks, but yeah, I finally loaded up Celeste on the Switch, buddy, because obviously I was on a train for about 4 hours on Monday. Love fucking trains, by the way. And I was like, I should probably install Celeste and play it for 4 hours. And I did. I played it
how did that go?
the entire time going up and coming back. It was fucking amazing. It's so good.
It's so good.
So good. Yeah, it's so good. I'm trying to think of stuff that you haven't said already.
You'll struggle.
Yeah, I know.
The amount I've banged on about it.
Yeah, we've mentioned about like the movement and the controls. I think the lack of guidance as well is really good.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I didn't realize it took me a little while to figure out certain things. And when it twigged, I'm pretty sure I was like, yeah, Alex said that in the podcast. Why didn't I fucking listen to him? Maybe because I was like, yeah, he's spoken about this for like an hour now. I'm dead inside. But yeah, there was the bit where it's like you can pick up like the green triangles or whatever, so you get an extra boost. I was like, okay, yeah, I understand that now. And then I think you mentioned about you're on a block and it's just moving to the left, and you're like, what's going on? How do I get past this bit? And I was like trying to jump in front of it and then jump up and then hold on to the wall. That wasn't working. And then I was like, oh, I could probably duck under there. So I held down for duck. And the fucking thing moved. I was like, oh, okay. That's what Alex meant when you stand on the block and you move it. Yeah.
Do you know, in the B-sides, it teaches you at least 4 other mechanics that are there all along.
Oh, really?
Like, that you won't use at any point before you get to those levels.
That's crazy.
But they were there all along, and you could have used them at any point during the main levels. I was like, fucking hell.
That's crazy. I found some secret walls. That's been fun, just smashing through walls. I'm trying every single wall I come across now. I like how the game isn't very linear. Like, you can go off and explore, and like you said about the strawberries, you can find them all over the place. But it's that kind of exploration that I kind of like, and also kind of annoys me a bit. I'm like, I just want to get through this bit. Please just let me get through this bit. Oh no, this is a room with a fucking strawberry in. All right, back I go.
What do you think of the difficulty so far?
Yeah, I think it's spot on. I would tell you my stats, but I can't remember. But I was quite happy with my death count so far. It wasn't like, I think there was only one section where I got over 100 deaths. So I was like, I'm happy with that. I don't know if that's a good or
No,
bad
I think so.
thing.
I mean, as you said at the time when we first started talking about this game, as someone who's a bit of a Trials fan, you were probably always going to get on with this sort of
exactly.
run-based thing that it's got.
Yeah, and I can see like where you pulled like Super Meat Boy from, because obviously that's like literally run, dead, run, dead, run, dead.
Yeah.
But this is... sorry. This is... I don't know. The jumping and the extra jump, whatever it's called, like the... what's it called? Like, not sprint or whatever it is. I don't know. The dash button,
it's like a dash, like a boost sort of thing.
Yeah, it's really nice to control.
That's the thing, isn't it? It just feels so lovely to play.
Yeah.
And it needs to, because that's all there is there. you know?
Yeah, and I think the way that they start introducing new mechanics into the puzzles, they've done a really, really good job. Like the wind. Like, I was like, what the fuck? There's like wind, and then it will stop and start, and I'm like, this is horrible. But then I'm like, I must keep going. It's definitely one of those, one for gluttony or whatever the word is, I don't know, where you just want to keep going and getting more and more of it, and you're like, oh, I'll just finish this one, and then you realise this particular puzzle is like, 3 stages long, or it goes down 4 levels, and you're like, oh, okay, fuck, yeah. But then you're like, well, I've already mastered the first 2 stages of this. Like, if I stop now and come back to it next time, like, I'm going to have to start and do all of that again and learn it again, kind of thing.
Exactly.
It's really good. Like, just everything. And the one thing that has surprised me the most about it is, like, I'm really engaging with, like, the storyline of it. Like, the fact that she's on some sort of trip to, like, cleanse the soul or whatever. And you like some of the characters you come across, that Theo guy, I like him a lot. He's pretty cool. And then, was it in the hotel, like the spirit that you try and help? And there's like your evil self, or like, what, I can't remember. It was like your protagonist or whatever it was. I can't remember.
Yeah, a part of you, I think it comes up. I like how it does that with text as well. Like when it's talking about something, it'll give it like a colour in the text. It's
definitely
pretty cool. And the speech as well, like the sort of...
sort of thing. It's really good.
It's
really
nice.
well put together. And like... the artwork, it's 8-bit or 16-bit or whatever it is. They've done a really good job with like the animations and stuff. But then when you've got the text, they have got like really nicely drawn images for the characters and stuff like that, which makes, I don't know, for me it made quite a big difference. I don't know why, just did. I was like, wow, this is cool. Yeah, it's a lovely game. I like the map as well. Like the menu system, it's like when you first load in and you're selecting the level, it's a very, very good game, and I'm very glad that I started playing it. Like I even played it for like another hour when I got back that evening. Like I was like, I couldn't be asked to go and get the PlayStation on in the other room, so I was like, I'll just grab the Switch, and like the missus was watching TV, so I just started playing it on the Switch handheld. It was fucking mint. Really, really good game, and perfect for the Switch, I must say.
Yeah, Gibbons, buddy, it's fucking fantastic. Obviously, I won't bang on about it again, except to say I've now unlocked all of the B-sides. I've now finished the core, which is the level at the end of the game. So there's sort of another level you can unlock at after the story finishes with the hearts that you get from doing the B-sides. The B-sides are fucking rock hard. And I think there's 8 of them. I've done 7, and I'm on the 4th stage of the final one. So I'm about to see the last thing. Although there is some sort of secret in the 7th stage. I think if you do all the B-sides and go there, then you can collect something else. Whether that unlocks more content or not, I'm not sure. But all I will say to finish is this is a 2D side-scrolling platformer, and last night I ticked over into my 47th hour of play on Celeste. Since
I don't understand.
Not that long ago.
That's mental. 47 hours.
It's insane. In that time, I've completed the entire game twice and played most of the B-sides twice as well. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. It's unbelievable. And yeah, there we go. I'm still waiting for that more content to come out.
Yeah.
Because they are releasing a free DLC with substantial extra levels and stuff. So we'll probably leave Celeste until then, unless you have any revelations about it next time round. But yeah, I'm so glad that you're enjoying it, because obviously I just harped on about it for ages. It's cool that you did get into it.
Gibbons, buddy, it's very good. Yeah, apart from that, just doing a bit of Destiny 2, and yeah, installing shit on my PC again for no apparent reason. Just gotta have some games on there to play at some point when I can be asked to play them.
Yeah, just giving that graphics card a bit of a run out.
Yeah, I think so. I think with Resi 2, I'm really gonna see if it has any chops. I mean, I'm hoping my CPU doesn't limit me too much, but that should be alright, I think, if I just shut everything else down.
Gibbons. Yeah. Okay.
Cool, buddy. So, what have you been playing then? Obviously, apart from 47 hours of Celeste over the past 4 weeks.
Apart from 47 hours of Celeste, buddy, I have been playing Gears of War and Gears of War 2. The Gears of War I've been playing, of course, the Definitive Edition, been playing through that with the missus, and we completed that this week, and really fucking enjoyed it. I don't know if they changed anything in terms of how long sections lasted and stuff, but a lot of the things that I remember really disliking about the first Gears of War's campaign, basically sort of fail state sections usually with those fucking krill creatures. If you go in the dark, you get eaten by them.
There was I love them.
Yeah, there's a section where you have to drive. One of you has to drive, and the other one fires off a beam of light, but you can only drive or fire the light. You can't do both at the same time.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it was a whole section. I remember it being a massive ball ache, and it completely wasn't on this playthrough. Whether they've shortened it, I don't know. But there were a few sections like that were sort of fail statey. A bit with the Berserker, which is something that just sort of charges at you, and there was a whole section where you got to keep running it into doors behind you to open them and stuff. But for the most part, they've either fixed that, or I've got used to sort of monotony in video games in the convening years. But either way, we really enjoyed playing through it. It was the missus' first go through. She'd played Gears 2 before, but she'd never played Gears, and I think it only comes in at sort of 9 hours, something maybe less.
Okay, that's quite
I thought
short.
It was. Yeah, I thought it was longer than that. But
I mean, they did have the multiplayer to kind of prop it up.
They
a bit,
did,
and that was pretty intense. I remember playing that when it first came out and stuff, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is cool!" Getting a chainsaw kill. What was it? It was a 4-on-4 deathmatch, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. We had some great matches on there, and really sort of. I think it was just we've talked about it loads of times before, but when a game knows what it's trying to do, rather than trying to be a jack of all trades, Gears of War's multiplayer was a revelation, because it was such a focused experience. You know, it was probably what games since have been kind of striving for, some of these tactical games.
Yeah, I think so.
It was just very simple. There was a simple set of rules there, you know. It's very much cover based. You need to get into good positions as quickly as possible, because
and then
you get picked off otherwise. Yeah, and a bit of flankage, relatively small levels to keep the action kind of fairly regular. So yeah, fucking cool game. Really enjoyed it. And I knew we were going to struggle in some ways, because obviously the original Gears is the only one that's had the remaster treatment, and it looks the business, Gears of War Definitive Edition. Switching to Gears 2, which is a 360 game that's had no work done to it whatsoever, other than the obvious upscaling that the S is capable of to 1080p, and then my telly having a crack at upscaling that to 4K with mixed results. It looks pretty. It looks pretty low res, but what I will say, and this is obviously a testament to the team that made it, it looks very detailed. The models look very nice and detailed and intricate, and the res looks low, but the world building and the details there to the point where it doesn't really matter, and so it hasn't been quite so jarring going from the remaster to Gears of War 2. And they made real big changes. It's immediately noticeable. I can't remember what I thought of Gears 2 in comparison to Gears. I vaguely remember thinking it was at least as good as the original. But there's a lot more padding and cutscenes and story bits and stuff, and they haven't really aged that well. And you start to wonder if the reason the first game's aged so well is because there was so little in the way of cutscenes and where the engine can really creak, and sort of lengthy dialogue with no action to kind of back it up. It's all kind of a bit creaking, so it's still a blast. We're still enjoying ourselves playing through it, but it certainly hasn't grabbed me in the same way as the first one. And it's not because of the graphics. It's because of the actual makeup of the game. So I don't know. We'll see how we go. It's fun to play through. It's nice to have a co-op game to nobble your way through. I don't really remember much about the games after Gears 2. Gears 3, I don't know if I even played, and the one before Gears 4, which I can't remember the name of right now, but it didn't have a number. It was like Annihilation or something like that. Judgment, there you go. Apparently that was shite, but we'll give it a go. We'll see how we get on. But yeah, it's been all about Gears of War and Celeste for me, basically, and a little tiny bit of VR. Played a little bit of Ultra Wings the other night.
Nice.
So it's good fun. And that's gaming for me, buddy.
Nice, buddy.
Gibbons. So unless you've got anything else, I think we should probably move on. And now it's time for the news. Number one.
Number wang, buddy.
Number wang, buddy. Number one. Number wang. Number one. Number wang. EA caves in, stops selling FIFA points in Belgium.
Yay.
Fucking sweet. Go on, the Belgians.
Yeah,
there you go. That's how they do. That's how they fucking clean up house, buddy.
This is poor showing. And I will not allow this to happen in my country.
It says a lot, man.
Yeah.
What it says is, it doesn't matter how many fucking lawyers you've got. If a country decides something about itself, you're gonna struggle especially as a company not from that country, and that seems to be what's happened, because they've caved in. They delivered the standard fucking spiel, apologising to their gamers as though they've been wronged by not being allowed to just piss their fucking money away.
If it was up to us, you could give us all the money, but your government says we can't do that, so we can only apologise that
whilst we don't agree with their decision. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck
bunch of cunts.
Absolute wankers.
Honestly. Hopefully that'll fucking send shockwaves out across Europe, because if it does, everyone will start getting involved.
I hope so.
This could be a massive moment. It really genuinely could be huge. Because that's two large fucking provinces. Now you got, the Dutch had already kind of done it, and the bulk of the games that they kind of had a run at caved straight away, including Valve, quite sensibly. So yeah, this could be a huge thing. Obviously, we'll wait and see quite how it shakes out. EA still threatening to, take things further and investigate further. I think they were talking about seeking clarification, seeking further clarification from the Belgian government. Yeah, well, just go fuck yourselves. Thank you very much. And there you go. In fact, I've got very little news this week, because there's been very little news this week.
Yeah, there hasn't been much.
No. But almost all of the news I have is EA related, for better or worse. That's
always good.
Yeah. So, there you go. I'm very pleased about the Belgian thing. Fucking fair play to those guys. And, Meanwhile, Xbox One backwards compatibility news, buddy. I like this shit. A series of Command & Conquers have been made backwards compatible. Command & Conquer 3 Tiberium Wars, which was the sort of return to form of the game. Red Alert 3, which famously features Tim Curry as some sort of weird Russian general, and actually was a pretty decent game as well, that I kind of had briefly on 360 and never really got into. Those are the main ones, and then there's a series of sort of DLCs and add-ons and standalone DLC sort of things. Yeah. Those are all now backwards compatible on Xbox One. You can just chuck the disc in and you can play them, and that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
I might be heading down old CEX at the weekend, seeing if they got Tiberium Wars, but
that'd be cool.
We shall see. Fucking sweet as the punch. Good old backwards compatibility. Meanwhile, more EA news. See, I've put in a bad one, a good one, a bad one, or, something similar to that.
Yeah.
Shitting on them, praising them, shitting on them. The Anthem VIP demo.
Sandwich.
Yeah, very much so. Except it's shit bread shit, buddy. And no one wants to hold one of those. So, tricky business. The Anthem VIP demo, there are a lot of problems, to put it mildly. They had a lot of server problems. This is a VIP demo that you could only really play if you pre-ordered the game. It was like pre-order exclusive.
Yeah.
Reward.
People paid money for that.
People paid money for that. And the capacity was so poorly calculated that not only did the Anthem VIP demo not work properly, but it also broke a lot of EA's other games as well. As users were struggling to sign into Anthem, other people who weren't playing Anthem were struggling to sign into the FIFA servers, Battlefield 5, and Star Wars Battlefront 2, which apparently people are still playing, although that does seem unlikely.
No, that's a lie.
It doesn't seem quite right.
If only they knew the numbers of people that they were going to have, buddy, with their pre-order only scheme of getting this out there.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably shouldn't have given every pre-order an extra 3 or 4 codes to give out to their friends.
No, and this is the thing. BioWare came out a couple of days later insisting that the numbers weren't underestimated, claiming a variety of other factors caused the issues, netcode, so on. But I don't really buy that if other games are unaffected. Like, I just don't... All I can think is that they're making some sort of suggestion there that each user, because of problems with the netcode, used far more bandwidth than was expected. That's the only way I could explain that away. I don't really buy it. I think it was all just kind of... They just shat the bed, basically. That seems to be what happened.
Fucked it. Fucked it real good.
Either way, congratulations if you pre-ordered that game to gain access to this demo. You got exactly what you fucking deserved. So, there you are. You're welcome. Finally, in the news from me, buddy, we haven't had any talk of Fallout 76 for a while, and that's because that game quickly disappeared into complete irrelevance due to how completely fucking poor it was.
Yeah.
Bethesda has added a PvP mode to Fallout 76, which lets players essentially grief the fuck out of each other endlessly with no repercussions.
Cool.
They've also repatched the bobby pin problem into the game. This was bobby pins were so heavy that you were completely over cucumbered if you're holding more than sort of 10, 15 of them.
Yeah, that's impressive.
They're now too heavy again after that was fixed in a recent previous patch. So a round of applause.
I mean, they've done good there. They've done real good.
Yeah, for all involved. Good stuff. So yeah, that's my news, buddy. Not very much of it, but as I said, there wasn't very much. So I think it's probably time for me to hand over to you for my favourite section, and I'm sure the listeners as well. And that, of course, is Ash's News Favourite Things of the Week.
If you like news but hate information, you have found the right place. Ash's News Favourite Thing of the Week.
Cheers, buddy. Fuck me, I was not ready. Okay. Oh, wow, I got loads of crap here. Oh, no, that was last week's, wasn't it, about the Mad Box controller. Last of Us 2, or Last of Us Part 2 composer says the game is coming very soon.
Okay.
Yep. Assassin's Creed is coming to the Switch, but it's like Assassin's Creed 3 or something. fucking who cares?
I'll be amazed if they can get that game to run on the Switch, buddy. That would be quite the achievement.
Brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely amazing. God, this was stupid. So yeah, Metro Exodus has signed a deal with Epic for a year's exclusivity on the Epic Game Store. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Valve have come out and said they're calling it unfair to Steam customers. I mean, can they say that? Obviously, they can say that, but I mean, that's business, isn't it? That's just business. No.
Well, yeah. I mean, Nordic have got Deep Silver, haven't they? And they've kind of distanced themselves from this exclusivity deal, which is really a weird thing for the publisher to do when they're literally directly involved. It makes me wonder if Deep Silver had some sort of weird clause that let them kind of talk to other people, going over the sort of publisher's head.
I don't know, but
I can't imagine that Nordic are pleased, you know.
But hey, it is what it is, isn't it? You know, it's like, fuck me, like, Steam, come on, really? What are you doing?
I think if this was a situation where we'd had multiple PC games marketplaces, all of them sort of vying for position over the last 20 years, then you know, then maybe Valve could come out and make a statement like this without it being a fucking joke. But the fact is, they've had a monopoly over that industry for such a long time.
And that's what I just saw as them like throwing their like fucking dummy out the pram or whatever.
Exactly.
I was just like, come on, seriously. Like,
they've had so much time. They've made so much money that no one who works there needs to do anything anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're still moaning, but you know, I suppose they got to at least be sort of seeming to fight their corner, even though.
Yeah. True.
I don't really know if they care. But yeah there we go.
Overcooked 2 have teased a Chinese New Year theme, update. Free update, sorry. So there's going to be more levels in Overcooked 2, which is always good fun, because that's a great game.
Yeah.
Germany's Olympic Federation's president says esports just doesn't exist. He just says they don't exist.
I mean, does he mean they aren't a physical thing? Or can he not?
His quote was, they don't exist.
I mean, they definitely exist. Whether you like them or not.
Well,
what a strange man.
He also says it has nothing to do with sport. I mean, that's probably it. But yeah, his saying of it doesn't exist was what made me laugh.
I mean, if it doesn't exist, you certainly don't need to follow that up with a statement about it.
Exactly. I was like, well...
Of course it doesn't have anything to do with sport if it doesn't exist.
Yeah,
it doesn't exist.
No, it doesn't
He needs to get his fucking story straight, buddy, if you ask me.
Indeed. The Division 2 has DLC plans before game release. I mean, that's not a fucking shocker. That's just
Brilliant.
What it is, isn't it? This was an interesting one for any driving fans out there. Coming to you guys here. Drive Club is the most played PS4 driving title with an estimated 10.5 million players.
That is quite strange, because it probably wouldn't be that strange if it had come out when it was supposed to, but it didn't. If it had come out when it was supposed to, then its only rival was Rivals. But when it actually did finally come out, we had other things.
Indeed.
I mean, yeah, that is odd. That is quite odd.
So obviously this is just from people that have played it and got... this is it comes from that player trophy information, you know, from
you can see like who's fired it up at least.
So yeah,
kind of thing.
10.5 million people have played Drive Club. I mean, was it a PS Plus title at some point? I think it was, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Maybe it wasn't. I don't know.
I don't think it was.
No? Okay. Well,
I might be wrong about that, but I don't remember it being a PS Plus game. I know that it was originally supposed to be like the first PS Plus game, and then it came out a year later and it was just like a demo.
Yeah.
But if they're counting that demo, then it wouldn't be that surprising, that statistic.
That's true. But yeah. Anyway, finally, buddy, I don't really know where this sits in the news, but I've put it at the end because it's kind of weird and interesting. don't know if you remember, about a year ago, there was like shenaniganery going on about the game Dragster, the old like arcade Atari 2600 game.
Does ring a bell.
Where some guy had a time set of like under 5.5 seconds, and people were like, "This isn't possible. This can't happen." They're like it's incredibly impossible. And yeah, that got debunked a year ago, saying like the time of 5.57 is the quickest time that game can ever be done. Now, someone has proven this using an Atari 2600 emulator in Minecraft.
Okay.
So what they did, they built it in Minecraft, and then they turned it so it would do 1 frame per second.
Right.
So the run of 5.57 seconds actually took over 15 minutes to complete.
Well, this all sounds very worthwhile.
Oh, definitely. So this guy proves that is the fastest time that you can ever get. It then goes on to say, technically, he can post that as like on the scoreboards as one of the fastest times, which is held by 16 players at the moment on speedrun.com. 6 of them not in the emulator, but you can use emulators to get it in there, because in the rules it states in game time, not in actual time. So
right.
Stupidly, he could post that as, you know, I've got the fastest time in Dragster, but obviously he hasn't, because he's not a twat. But still,
No.
I just found that quite funny and amusing. So there you go, buddy.
That is quite amazing.
Yeah,
Quite the tale.
there's a video on YouTube if you want to watch it for 15 minutes. I wouldn't advise it.
He's not recommending it, ladies and gentlemen. He's just letting you know it's there. If you want to have a look, then you go right ahead. Yeah.
So there you go, buddy. There's my news favourite things of this week.
Oh, thanks very much for that, buddy. That was very enlightening, and that was your news. Before that, of course, was my news, what little there was of it, and that was the news. And now it's time for Out This Week.
Let's take a look at some games coming out this week. Probably filled with microtransactions, the crazy pay-to-win mechanics. Because fuck you all. Fuck you all. Fuck you all. Fuck you all. Buy our shit.
That's out this week, buddy. It looks like a good one this week, yeah? No?
It's a mixed bag. We've got a fair old selection of stuff coming out. We also have Games for Gold and PS Plus to get through as well. So let's start there. Games for Gold for the month of February. We have Bloodstained, Super Bomberman, Assassin's Creed Rogue, and Jedi Academy.
Right.
What do you think of that?
No.
On PS Plus, we have For Honor. We have Hitman Complete First Season. Your PS3 games are Dive Kick and Metal Gear Solid 4. These will be the last PS3 games for the service.
Oh, no.
Metal Gear Solid 4, pretty decent way to go out, I'd say, as PS3 goes. And then we also have Gun House, which is a whole lot of fun prizes to be won. No, that's Fun House. This is Gun House. Shite tower defense game, from what I can make out.
Is Pat Sharp in it as well, with the twins?
I hope so. I mean, that would be the final nail in the coffin for me if he wasn't. But yeah, that's Gun House. There's crossplay. And so is Rogue Aces, which I don't know if you remember this game, but it's a little sort of 2D, like World War II flight sim sort of game. It looks quite cool. I always quite liked the look of it. Always wanted to give it a burn on the Vita, and now I can. But also on PS4 apparently. So I'm looking forward to giving that one a go, and I'm sure we'll be talking about that one next week. So yeah, I mean, fair play to Sony, For Honor and Hitman. Fairly generous, I would say. I mean, For Honor, despite its age, it's still getting season after season. You know, there's a real fervent player base there. Obviously, everyone knows Hitman Complete first season's brilliant, and obviously IO are going to be pleased to give this away because it means that more people might buy Hitman 2. And once they have this, then they can play this in the remastered second game's engine, which is
very
bit
good.
of a masterstroke. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Taking a leaf out of Bungie's book there, I think, with their giveaway Destiny 2 when Forsaken comes out. So yeah, obviously Games for Gold looks weaker. I'm delighted that Jedi Academy is included, though.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably my highlight out of them. It's fucking Super Bomberman. Yeah, great. Assassin's Creed Road was like the shit Assassin's Creed that no one cared about because it was
the last
Black
gen
Flag
only,
or whatever it was. Yeah,
yeah.
And yeah, Bloodstained. Sure, cool. Why not?
I think the thing I'm most excited about is the idea that with this being a Games for Gold, Jedi Academy, there's going to be a load of people playing this multiplayer next week.
Which is crazy.
It's going to be brilliant. There's going to be thousands of people populating those Jedi Academy servers, and that game's fucking brilliant. I'm really excited to play that. So, and that's an original Xbox game. But there we are. If you are most excited about the original Xbox game in the Games with Gold, then there's possibly a problem. But either way, that's the one it is. Elsewhere, we have this list of software. The Occupation is coming to PC, PS4, and Xbox One. It is a story game set in Manchester.
I've been there.
Yeah, it's like a first-person puzzler, like a sort of mystery kind of game, and it looks quite interesting. Actually, it looks pretty sort of Unity-ish in terms of it being. You can tell when there's a lot of bloom on a video game that it's probably a small studio that's made it because they haven't quite got the grunt to polish up that shit. But it looks quite interesting. It's all voice acted, and it's coming out on all platforms. We also have Scorecy or Scorcery. Not completely
I'd say
sure.
Scorcery.
Yeah, it's a PS4. It's a sort of local 2D versus puzzler game, like a couch co-op puzzler. It's sort of like a sports game almost, but it kind of reminded me more of like Pong crossed with like Disc Jam or something. Kind of weird looking, but yeah, that's out. We also have Riot Civil Unrest coming to PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. This is a riot simulator, as in a fucking scuffle, a razzle dazzle down Green Street. This is a riot simulator. Whee!
Nice.
And that's what that is. We also have Pipe Push Paradise from that's for PS4 and Xbox One. Obviously, if like me, you're a huge fan of alliteration, you might be drawn to this. It's a pipe game. So you've got a start point and an end point, and you have pipes, and you've got to connect the pipes. Think of it as like a door hacking mini game, but that's the whole game.
I could get down with that.
I think it could be a good one. I was disappointed not to see the Switch as one of the platforms that's launching on, because it sounded like a Switch game rather than anything else. But either way, that's coming out this week. Also, we have Away. Journey to the Unexpected. Away! Journey to the Unexpected. This is a weird first-person puzzler coming to PS4, Switch, Xbox One, and PC. It's weird. It's weird looking, in my opinion. Humble, honest opinion. Weird.
No, that's an opinion.
It's an opinion. 39 Days to Mars is coming to Xbox One. It's a co-op 2D get to Mars making game. It's like a British attempt to get to Mars. It's very sort of twee, and you can make like lifts and stuff to get up into the air, and then an airship. You can play at couch co-op, and the idea is to get to Mars in 39 days.
In 39 days. How many nights though?
I don't know what they'd be happy with. Depends when you start. Comes down to the old start point there. But yeah, that looked quite fun, that game. I was watching some people play that earlier. It was good.
Cool.
Salt and Sanctuary comes to Xbox One. It is a rock-hard RPG. And lots of people probably pretty excited about that, to be honest.
Cool.
Astroneer. That's a game. It's official launch. This is like a sort of Norman Sky game. It's been in alpha for 2 years. It's now coming out on PC and Xbox One. It will run very poorly on Xbox One. I promise. Mark my words.
It will be bad.
But it looks cool. It's like sort of cartoony, third person, bit of mining. It's got some of those sort of jump boost mechanics, like a sort of like one of those sort of old school Lander games or something. It's got a bit of that going on. Looks quite cool. But if you've any interest in that game, you would already know about it because it's been available forever. Meanwhile, Devolver Digital is launching their new game Ape Out, which is coming to PC and Switch, and is a sort of Hotline Miami with the soundtrack from the movie Whiplash, except you're an ape.
Okay.
It looks really funny. It's just a big old ape. It's top down. It's a bit more 3D than Hotline Miami rather than the sort of pixel art. And it's just got like little drum rolls, and each time you punch someone, like a cymbal fucking goes off. It's just like Whiplash, which was a good film, by the way.
It was a very good film. I really enjoyed that, actually.
Fucking cool. Yeah. So if you're interested in becoming an ape, punching people to death in a bloody pulp to
listening to the film,
a drum kit, then this game is for you.
Cool.
The more I talk about it, the more alluring that is as a concept. But yes. Finally, buddies, God Eater 3 comes to PC and PS4, is some sort of JRPG hack and slash thing with fuck awful voice acting, if you like that sort of thing. And finally, we have City of Brass on the Switch. It is a first-person hack and slasher. And all of those, along with Games with Gold and PS Plus, are out this week.
Yes, out this week.
And now it's time for Fuckwit Corner.
Fuckwit Corner with Funk. Fuckwit Corner with Funk. He's got some questions. Funk.
Has he got any questions? Is that what I said?
It is.
Yeah? Has he got any questions, buddy?
Yeah, Funk's been in touch. He's still on his travels. And yeah, he's been catching up on the pods. And he's got a few bits and bobs for us this week. So I thought, seeing as he's kind of the main attraction, Fuckwit Corner it is, buddy. So here we are. Funk says... Firstly, he says this. I did the PS4 stats thing. This is the My PlayStation Life video. Tells you your total hours and what you've played the most of and so on. He said 4,056 total hours. That's solid. Yeah.
It's done good.
Top played game, PES 2018. Last year's PES, 439 hours. That's
a lot of time.
That's substantial.
I mean, you guys got into the old thingy game though quite bad. The pro.
That's why. Yeah. The My Club.
My Club. That's what it's called, isn't it? Yeah.
That's why that figure is that high.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah.
Still impressive. As is the following statistic: 287 hours of Ark.
He loves Ark.
That's a lot, though, isn't it? Like,
I think he's a big fan of dinosaurs.
He does like a good dinosaur. And then coming in third on his list, one that was on both of our top threes as well, was my number one by some margin. 240 hours of FIFA 14 for the Funk there.
There wasn't many games when the PS4 came out.
There really weren't. No. It was a little bit of a shortage. We had Black Flag, we had FIFA, and some fucking nonsense.
Need for Speed Rivals.
Yeah, Blacklight. That thing with the Shadow Woman where you could walk up her shadows.
Oh yeah, began with like C. That's gonna annoy me.
Sorry about that.
I liked that game. It was good.
Contrast.
There you go. I knew it began with a C.
You certainly did. Well played. So yeah, no, there was a massive shortage, and that's probably why our FIFA 14 stats are so high. Also, it was a really good game, by the way. It's worth noting. It's worth mentioning that.
Yeah, that will happen.
But yeah, so those are his top 3: 2 football games and Ark Survival Evolved.
Nice.
Funk says, all caught up on the pod now. Welcome back to the present, dear Funk. He says, Hitman sounds excellent. Not sure I extracted maximum enjoyment out of the first one. Well, you'll get the chance to now, buddy, although you already own that, so you would anyway. Still plenty to do in that game. I just got distracted by something else. I'm a bit torn about how I will be playing when I get back. A big part of me wants to win the game of buying games, but a big part also knows there is a lot of content in the games I already have. Hitman, Ark, so much to do. Racing games still have a load of career stuff I have hardly touched. What games that you already own didn't get a fair shake and deserve a go back? And he says, still got Divinity and Diablo to crack.
Yeah, we need to get on Divinity at some point, big time.
Yeah, I think that's a big one for me. I kind of went back over the last sort of 12 months and mopped up a load of the stuff that I hadn't played. I don't think there's many games in my library now that I haven't given a fair go, if I'm honest.
I mean, a fair go. There's games that I definitely want to go back to, like God of War. I really want to finish that off. But games that I didn't give a fair go to, I don't know, really. I mean, there's games that I just haven't played, like Prey, and that other one we got when we bought Prey. Not Shadow of the Colossus, but by those people. The one with the Dogbird.
Dogbird, yeah.
Not Ico, the one after that.
It's from those guys, though, isn't it? The Last Guardian.
There you go. I haven't even played that.
Yeah,
I should do that. That other one as well.
I need to give that a go.
That looks like The Last Guardian, but a bit more
the islandy one.
Cel-shaded. Yeah, Rim or Rime.
Rime, yeah.
Rim.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I probably could do with playing some of those as well, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I did have a quick look back through my PlayStation games, and yeah, there's not a great deal there that I haven't given a good old go to.
I want to fucking play the Friday the 13th game.
I think I've uninstalled that because we
never played it.
I thought we didn't. I thought we just wouldn't. I'm not sure everyone even added it to their PS Plus when it was on the service. Obviously, Evolve is another one that we only played twice.
Played a bit of it. We played enough of that to get our money's worth, I feel.
Persona 5 for me, I've only played that game for about 10 hours. It warrants about 50. I just haven't put the time in.
Maybe Bloodborne for me, I'd say.
Yeah, I played a lot of that
and get stuck into, but I was just like, no. Just
maybe
no.
with my newfound cruising for a bruising punishment that I've got from Celeste, maybe I should go back to Bloodborne now.
But it's not the same kind of punishment. This is just like quick little stabs, like, take that, you bastard. Whereas Bloodborne's like, I'm just going to fucking destroy you, and you're dead, mate, and you've got to go through all that shit again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big difference.
It is. It is a big difference. Yeah, no, I can think of a lot of games that I hadn't given a good go up until sort of a year or so ago, like Life is Strange, like MGS5.
Yeah.
But I kind of have now. I've mopped those up, and now I'm playing sort of new stuff on the Xbox. I mean, Game Pass has added a load more games again. I've been playing Super Mega Baseball on Xbox One. It's fucking brilliant. Really
good,
fun.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's cool.
Quite a bit of that on the PC, actually, to be honest. It's been nice.
It's a really good game. So yeah, for me, I think I've extracted a fair bit of value out of most things that we've bought at this point. There's still games that I'm sort of halfway through, but I think if you drift off of them when you're halfway through. And it's not necessarily just because new things have arrived. Then
it is hard to
it wasn't
go back
to be.
to them. Like, I mean, I found that with The Last of Us. Like, I dropped out of that game, I think, twice whilst completing it. I'm so glad that I did end up completing it, but that initial getting back into that game and being like, what are the fucking buttons? How do you play this game? And by the time I finished it, I was playing the game completely different to how I started it because I'd forgotten how to play that game twice.
Can happen, man. I mean, look at me with The Witcher 3. We owned that game for like 6-7 months.
Yeah,
and then I played it for over 200 hours in a matter of like 6 weeks. So it's funny how it switches like that, but it just sort of does sometimes. No, it'd be interesting when the funk gets back. Like, I think Divinity will be certainly high on the list of what we want to play. Obviously, he's played a fair old bit of it already, so he can kind of mentor us in a sort of Ark Survival kind of way. I've no doubt we'll go back to Ark as well when funk returns. And I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be cool.
Gibbons, buddy.
So I think that'll about do us, buddy, for episode 199. It's the big one next week, of course. Very exciting. I've been preparing my quiz questions over the last few days, so
I have not.
That's going to be exciting. Going to be a lot of quizzage. Not to be confused with Quidditch.
Oh, either or, buddy. I'm up for everything.
Gibbons. So lots of stuff to be excited for there. I got been working on a little music round and some quotes rounds and all sorts. It's going to be.
I should really do something, shouldn't I? Because otherwise, it's just you going to be asking me questions for like an hour. And I'm going to be like, please stop. I don't know.
I think it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. And
I'll play the idiot, buddy. I always do.
I will at some point go through all of the pod notes from the various Game of the Year shows, pick out all of our top games, so we can make some sort of mega top 10 out of everything we've ever had on the Game of the Year list.
Yeah, man. Might as well.
Should be interesting to see how.
Gonna be tough.
It's gonna be really hard. Lots of difficult decisions there, but looking forward to it. So,
nice.
What are we playing now?
I don't know. Question is, we played some Forza Horizon crossplay last week, didn't we?
We did. We had a little dip in. Just dipped a toe in. Unfortunately, I had to fire it up with your profile rather than mine. I then had to go through all of the starter stuff before I could get online, which took about 48 minutes of the sort of 55 we had.
You fucking smashed it though, buddy.
I caned through those races.
I was surprised how seamless it was. Obviously, being on a PC, there was some fuckery that I had to sort out to get in the party chat and get things working properly. But once we sorted that out, we were good to go. And didn't have any issues like with joining a game or anything. It was fucking mint crossplay, mate.
It was seamless. It was lag free. Yeah, I mean the novelty of me being able to invite you to a party when you're on PC and just join it. We're just talking as normal and playing. It's
the bitrate seemed really fucking good, like better than PlayStation.
It did. Yeah, cross play party chat on live. So it was a much better quality than just standard PlayStation party chat, which is weird.
Gibbons.
But well, I don't know. We'll fire something up.
Yeah, we've had a couple of new subscribers this pod. I'm guessing our Gleam.io competition is ending soon because they keep popping in and being like, subscribe, and then they just fuck off. So they're not actually watching us. They just want free shit, buddy.
Yeah. Well, their chances. You've got to give them, give them credit.
Yeah, exactly.
Sweet as the punch. Well, I think that'll about do us, buddies. And we'll be back next time with episode 200. What a milestone! I think it's pretty impressive. I mean, I know all we've got to do is turn up each week and sit here for a bit, but
it's true. I mean, that's dedication though to sitting.
Exactly, it's something we're very good at. We've really mastered over the years, and just comes naturally to me at this point.
Indeed, buddy. Right, let's go.
Yeah, let's do it. Cheers, buddies. We'll catch you next time. Until then, I've been Alex. He has been Ash.
Goodbye.
Farewell. You've been listening to the JfG podcast with Ash and me, Alex. You can find us at www.thejfgpodcast.co.uk, where you'll also find our Discord and Street Beat if you want to get involved with the show. Our Facebook is /the JfG podcast, and our Twitter handle is @the JfG podcast. We're on all those video streaming sites too, buddies, from TubeTube to twitch.tv /the JfG podcast to mixer.com, aka beam.fucking-pro. We've got a PS4 community you can join, just search the JfG podcast on there, and we're also on Google Plus if that is how you choose to live your life. Thanks so much for listening, buddies. We'll catch you next time.